the second I push the 240 out and rinse all the dust off of it, it starts raining. Ugh. I moved it out today and I finally hung the rest of the Sunco lights so the garage feels better. And I'm literally just looking at it in the camera from me just standing over here filming, like talking to you guys. It looks more proper. It looks properly, it just looks normal now, I guess. And I just used the rest of these Sunco lights. I bought like a big pack of them on Amazon. I'll link it down below. You guys can check them out. They're really, really good. I've had these ones up there for a couple weeks now and I absolutely love them. So remember this coming Saturday on July 13th, we're gonna be at Stansource, Seattle. Me and Emerson and Courtney and Morgan are gonna be there. Of course, we're gonna have merch and stuff for you guys. So come pull up, say hi. Today, what I wanna do is something, I don't know if you guys have seen this. I don't remember if I even told you about this, but if you guys have noticed in the videos, there's this big ass sheet of plastic. And something I've wanted to do for a long time. I want to start working on the BRZ more. I kind of work on it like in bits and pieces in the background. And I want to just full send. Ever since I put the wheels on and the tire letters and I started falling back in love with it, I was like, this is my car. It's been like my car since before YouTube. Like it's my car. So I think I want to build it for me and go crazy with it for me now. Something I've wanted to do and I've wanted to do for a while is start to make my own pieces. Because right now, as the car sits, we have the Rocket Bunny V1 side skirt on it. And it matches with, obviously, we have the Rocket Bunny V1 front lip. Like honestly, this is one of my favorite front lip and side skirt combos, and it's really popular on a lot of these BRZs. The problem for me is that it's really popular on a lot of BRZs, and I don't want to, every time I take the BRZ somewhere or every time I go to a show, just like a show in general, even without the car, I pull up and I'm like, damn dude, everybody has the same front lip and side skirts, or everybody's car looks similar. Everybody's got this like similar vibe going on. So what I want to do is I want to start making this thing one-off parts, and this is like greatly inspired by people like Kings Must Rise and people that like Simon, Derpy FRS, and like their cars, how they're like mix match different pieces of body kits and custom parts, and it just looks so cool when you see it in person. This is gonna be one of my scarier tasks to try and accomplish. I just have an idea of what I want it to look like when it's done, and that's kind of what we're gonna go with. Essentially, we're just gonna wing it. I don't have the keys. Oh, I do have the keys. My game plan for this is I want something that kind of obviously comes out to the sides, comes down like with a little exhaust hole, and then kind of like comes up and over and then back down. And I'm also thinking I'm gonna cut just this entire rear black piece back out. The OEM bumper has like these little fins, and it's not a bad looking back bumper. Actually, it's a pretty nice OEM bumper, but because of these little like fins, I think it looks kind of funny when people put diffusers on there, just because it's kind of like, it already has like a diffuser-y kind of look to it. Sounds kind of scary, sounds like a lot of work, but I think it's fairly doable. It makes me nervous. Something I like seen in a couple pictures, because I looked up a couple things before I started doing this, obviously, is this big ass crash beam. So there's like, all I can find is like one company that makes, this would be like a rear brace, I guess you could call it. So like a rear bumper brace for the BRZ, there's only one company that makes something that would replace this OEM crash beam, because this thing is ugly. So I don't want to completely remove that because it is like a nice structural piece. I want to cut the bumper, put it back on, and see how much there is to work with. So I picked up a Dremel tool, or like a rotary tool, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to use this guy to get like a nice smooth cut on the carbon fiber piece, and then we can slap it back in and see what we're working with. Did it! It did make a little bit more of a mess than I was hoping. Like there's a lot more little plastic shards on here than I thought it was gonna be. Yes, dude, this is sick. Unfortunately though, this thing is way bigger. Like some people, I guess in photos, maybe it's just the way it looks in photos, I don't know. But it looked a lot smaller. For the sake of what we're doing today, I think I'm gonna leave this on for now. So I'm gonna leave this on here just to give me like a size comparison, because I'm gonna need something. I know there's like a couple you can buy that kind of go between like here and here. Just like a thin aluminum aftermarket brace. It also could be a really fun like welding project. Right now this looks way too aggressive because it's, oh man. Stay up there, I'm trying to film. Anyways, this is way too big, and unfortunately because it was a box, there's like a couple bends in like weird places, but aside from that part hanging, because this isn't big enough to do all the way across, so I'm gonna have to do like a half build and then just kind of duplicate it, like, if that makes sense. But I kind of like how these ones, the style is for them to go down. I feel like a lot of people that make stuff, the style is that it comes up. And I'm not a big fan of that. I think it looks really aggressive. I think the BRZ is like super round as it is. Like the car has a lot of really round and smooth body lines, and a lot of people don't like accent them very well. I think a lot of people go way too aggressive, and the car looks really cool, I think, when you have like subtly or even non-subtle but like rounder edges on it. I like it. We're making good stuff, dude. Hey, this is a nice sweater.
Missed you.
I missed you too, broskies.
You never texted me. Never want to come over. Never had butt stuff. What the? Oh.
So I kind of just like recut this, angled it a little bit more with like the body line right here. So now this comes out, comes all the way around, and then I put these two fins. This one's a little bit bigger, this one's a little bit smaller. This this is supposed to be sitting flat like this, but wonky ass cardboard, so whatever. But I think this is what we're going for, dude. Like, I think this is pretty cool. Ideally, I'd like to bend this. Like, I'd prefer if this was like not not a 90 here, and then like some kind of L bracket holding it together. I'd prefer if I could just get the whole thing to bend and kind of go up like that. But I've never bent ABS or worked with it at all in any way before, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. I'm just trying to get a rough idea. Like, worst case, I have to make these 90s and they're a little bit more aggressive, but it's part of like the roundness and the smoothness of this. I'm trying to make it a bend instead of a... I've learned it's better to do it on a skid because it'll take the weight. You can put the weight on it and then just like cut in between here or cut on the edge of it. I'm pretty sure some of the locals guys have made like straight up tables out of the skids. Like they've put legs on it and everything, which is super cool. I don't have the time. If this works, I'll definitely make one, but just for like a tester piece, I'm not building a skid table yet. Put on your bumblebee glasses and you're good to go. And then I might need you to shine a light for me, but I can see that line because my color blindness hurts. Look how comfy Courtney looks right now. Do all you guys have girlfriends posing half naked on your car for likes? Courtney's just in here snuggled up watching YouTube videos while I make YouTube videos, dude. I think we have this down. I just recut a second spot here, just playing with like the speed on this thing. And this was like a nice slow, it's gonna take me a little bit to cut it all out, but this was like a slow speed cut, and look at how clean that cut. Dude, that cut like nice glass finish right there. That's mint. And then I sped the blade up as I came around a corner and it started melting again. So it looks like we just need to go with a slow speed and I guess just start trying to wing it. I'm not even done. I didn't even round this corner because I was just so done. Oh, thank God. I'd say it took at least half an hour to do all that. Even though it took forever to cut it, it's gonna be worth it. This is the scary part. The hard part is gonna be bending this in all the right places without breaking it or whatever can happen. I don't even know what you could do to make this wrong. I got it all lined up, so these arrows are just where the two folds are, or the arrows is to remind me which side to bend it on. So it's gonna go up in those spots and then back down. The only thing is I was practicing like bending a couple pieces, and like this one you can see right here, the bend is like pretty nice. This one, where I heated it up, the bend got all friggin', it looks like this side. Also, huge shout out to whoever sent me this heat gun. I thanked you on Instagram already, but one day in one of my videos I was like, oh, I don't have a heat gun, I'm probably never gonna buy one because I'm lazy. And this thing showed up in the PO box like 2 weeks later. So it never had a name on it, it never had anything, it just came straight from Amazon. So whoever sent it, thank you very much, I appreciate it. I shouted you out on Instagram, but I'll thank you again right here because I don't even know if you saw it because I don't know who you are. Thank you. After a few more bends, I decided it's just gonna be better if we go from the what I'm gonna use as like the underside. So I did this side, but I redid all the markings on the textured side just because like it already has this texture. So worst case, if it bubbles a little bit, you won't really even notice it because it'll already look like this. So we're just gonna go ahead and use this side to heat it up on, and then I threw it up here on the bench, and we're just gonna pretty much like heat it right on the edge here, and then I'm gonna do my best to like heat and fold. Pretty much still just sending it with very little idea on how this is gonna turn out. From this side, it looks like a pretty decent bend. Like it looks like we got what we came for. I just hope the other side of this bend is as good as this one. Like this looks pretty good. I'm actually really impressed with how this came out. Like it looks like a nice 90. So I'm just hoping that the other side where you're gonna see it is just as nice. I threw like a wet rag on there just to kind of cool it down, but oh baby, look at that, dude. That is sick. I can't believe this actually worked. Courtney would sit on it and then we'd heat it and bend it to like the 90 degree of the table, or the other way, she'd sit on like a piece of wood. That way it was like super solid, and then we bend it up against a piece of wood, and we actually got like 4 really nice bends. We also burnt the wood right here. We burnt the wood into it a little bit by mistake. And I think that right here on the same thing, we accidentally burnt the piece of wood we were bending it with right into the thing. Let's see how this worked with the cardboard. Dude, I'm telling you, there's nothing you guys can't do. Got this about as flat as I think it's ever gonna get. This part's like nice and round. It kind of flattens off where the exhaust comes out. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. And then for the little fins that go underneath, what I did was, instead of, I've seen a lot of people build them and then it needs like a little L bracket, which is fine, but I figured why not try and use what we already have. So I did them like this. I don't know how well this is gonna work out. I've never experienced, I've never even like bought a diffuser before, so I don't even know. But I've just heated them up and then I placed them down like this on the table so that all these fins are essentially like perfectly flat. So when I bolt it up underneath, I should just be able to put like 3 rivets through these right into this, I would think. I'm gonna start by trying to use these things. I knew these are from my rally armors. I don't even know where they are at this point. So I'm gonna try and use these 2. I'll probably have to bend them or work with them a little. No, I don't think it's long enough. I don't think they're gonna go. Boys, I don't think they're gonna go. I'm gonna have to buy even bigger rivets now. Thanks for letting me demo you, you stupid little guy. I didn't want to use like nuts and bolts on everything because I want it to kind of look like pretty clean. What I might do is just assemble it. I might just be assembling it with nuts and bolts today, and then, like I told you guys, I want to get rid of that crash bar, so maybe whenever I do that, also pick up new hardware and reassemble it with some different hardware. Whatever, I guess it could be worse. It could be uglier things to look at. Something really cool that I want to try and do in the rear end, and I want to try and do something with the reverse light, but I can't do the wiring, so I can't do it right now. I have to wait till Emerson can come over and help me. That's why I'm not telling you guys what it is yet, but I do have a really cool plan for the back. We are done, boys. I'm an idiot, and I was just going through, I accidentally deleted the footage of what I just did because I thought it was something else. I left the camera recording for a while and then I tried to delete that footage. I accidentally deleted the wrong one. So here, let me just tell you what I did. You buy a fresh set of headers. It comes with a rod that goes across there. It's got a bolt on each end and it's just a straight rod to keep the headers from bending during shipping. What I did, I cut that rod in half, drilled a hole into the rod, and then I fed a screw up into it. And I made them into like splitter rods. And I thought that was super clever because I don't have any, and that's all I could find that was laying around that I could use. And I'm all about doing stuff like that. Like that was literally sitting in the garbage pile, and now it's being used, and it looks dope. I've got these mud flap mounts going on here. In the back there, you can see I just bent a piece of metal that I had, and then I bolted it into the bottom right there. And over here, this is that rod, dude. Look at this. Look how cool this looks. So you can see up there, that's the one end. and then it got cut right here. I cut it on an angle, drilled this right up through there, right into, like, because I hollowed it out with like a drill bit. So I drilled it right up into there. I'm gonna drop the car off the jacks. I'm gonna roll it outside so I can show this final product to you guys and have a look at it for myself for the first time. Just keep in mind, we are getting rid of that crash bar. I know there's a lot of people that like my BRZ because my BRZ is very simple, very clean, very close to OEM, and like everything that I've done to it, like the lips and the side skirts and all that stuff, they're just like simple. This rear one is a little more aggressive, but it looks so good. Like, it looks so good. This little lip flows so well with this one. It's like right at the same level. They basically line up with each other perfectly, just one's after the other. I trim it out right here. Right here's a little bit, comes out a little bit far off the bumper. Honestly, I'm kind of in love with it. I think I'm really stoked because I went with like a softer look. Like I was telling you guys, a lot of people have like a really aggressive diffuser on their car, and it's like pointy aggressive, not just like big, but like pointy. And I feel like the BRZ is way too round and like way too smooth for that. It's big and aggressive, but like not gonna attack you in the face. Definitely not perfect. It has its fair share of flaws, but if you just stand back and like look at it, it still looks so hot. I actually don't even mind that piece of bumper. I'm gonna get rid of that bash bar. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I actually don't mind it as much as I did in photos before. Like, it's definitely not the worst thing that's ever happened to the car. I'd say for a first go, this is the first time I've ever worked with ABS, first time I've ever tried to do anything like this at all. So I'd say for a first go, I'm happy with what I did. I think all the bends are very nice, the curves are nice, everything bolts up easy. It sounded like a lot of work, and it was a lot of work. It took a lot of time. But like, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty easy. It's just, you gotta put in the time with something like this. And like I said, the sheet was 200 bucks, and look how much of it I used. I used this, and then these are for little fins. I could still make like a whole front lip, because the front lip doesn't really go up and down like that, so it would use less materials because it's not getting bent. I have enough to make a whole front lip and a set of canards out of this. So for 200 bucks, you could do front, back, canards, or aero pieces, whatever you want to call them, whatever you want to do with them. I'd say that's a pretty good deal. Like, I'm pretty excited about it. Man, the camera makes this thing look so aggressive, and I see it on the lens, and I'm like, fuck, people are gonna be mad about it. But it looks so good in person, dude. Before I let you guys go, I want to take this inside. I want to talk to you guys quickly. Mainly, I want to give you an update. For those of you that don't know, one of my friend's houses actually burned down a couple months ago, and you guys all purchased hats to help support him. His name is Tim. He lives in Ontario, so I can't ever get him in the videos. But he did send me a couple photos of his car, which I posted on the Committed Crew Instagram, so go on there and check it out. Basically, we raised the money as like distraction money, I guess. It wasn't meant to replace anything. He has insurance, like I said in the video. He had insurance. He's gonna get his money for his house. He's gonna get his money for his car. But the point is, he's going through a really shitty time. The idea was to get him money so he could do something to kind of distract himself from that, and he went ahead and he bought wheels, he bought coils, he got tires. He's hooking the Miata up pretty good. And I also just wanted to say thank you, because for the first time ever, I did a sponsored video the other day. Now, it took a lot to get me to do a sponsored video. I don't really care about the money. I felt really bad doing it. I don't like, these videos are me, they're my creations, and I put everything I have into these videos. For me to interrupt that with someone else's shit really bugged me. Like, it really bugged me that I was gonna do a sponsored video, and I was kind of mad. I was kind of mad at myself that I even caved and did it. But I get asked to do these things all the time. As someone who makes videos, I get asked to do sponsored videos all the time. People want me to do their phone games and shit. I'm not a sellout, and I don't want to be a sellout, and I promise you guys I will never sell out and just do ads all the time for nothing. I'm gonna continue to do these Ridge ones. I have like a deal with them. I'm gonna do a couple ads because I really like the products, and I really think you guys should actually check them out, and this is not part of that. I was beating myself up really hard. I was talking to Courtney Emerson, everybody about it, and I was like, dude, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, I don't know if, and a lot of you guys were happy about it. A lot of you guys, you understand. There's a lot of people that don't give a shit and they don't get it, but a lot of people understand that me taking that money for the ad helped me do something which you guys are gonna fucking love. Like, you're gonna absolutely love. I put that money into, and people pay me for shit like that, and it goes right back into the channel. It is not to be rich. It's not about money. It's about, I had something that I was on the fence about, and this helped me get it, and I'm stoked about that. And I love that you guys were like, congratulations, man, you finally got your first sponsorship video. You guys were so positive in the comments, and I just wanted to say thank you for that, because I was very, very nervous putting that video out, and you guys loved it, and you guys gave me a bunch of positive feedback and told me that you're proud of me for getting a sponsorship. And I promise you guys I'm not going to sell out. I promise you guys I'm not going to do a bunch of stupid shit like that. But sometimes if it's a good product, or I need the money to fund something you guys are going to love like that, I will take those things. That's part of my job. It's part of how I make money. Like, you don't realize that, like, I don't make a lot of money. So that's pretty much it. I'm sorry I rambled for so long at the end of this video, but thank you. I love you guys. I hope you guys like this diffuser, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out and stay committed.